Good morning, it's time for a cup of joe.
I want to be a cup of joe, the first sip in the morning.
So I made a video talking about how I was getting rid of my last fiction novel, Ender's Game, and I've just realized that I think I'm moving on from reading fiction in my life, and it's always been a big part of my life, but I just don't think it's really worth my time anymore. A lot of you had a lot to say, and it was so good, and I was going through and picking out the comments I wanted to add and mention here, and there was just so many, so I'm just going to kind of summarize what everyone was saying, and some people agreed, and they said they don't really read fiction anymore. A lot of you said all sorts of good things about fiction, right? It helps us become more creative, it helps us make connections with other people, it helps to inspire us, helps us relax, all sorts of things. God gave us fiction in a way, right? He gave us creative minds, and I agree 100% with all of this. I don't think that fiction is bad or anything like that. I'm not trying to say no one should read fiction or be writing fiction or anything there. I just think that for me, at this point in my life, I'm just so busy and I have so much to do and so much to whatever that I just don't think it's worth my time anymore, because the little time that I do have to read, I want to be reading nonfiction. I want to be reading spiritual books, books about the church, biographies even, things that are real. I don't know. And it's not to say that, if I didn't have kids or didn't have so much going on, maybe if I had more free time, I wouldn't see a problem with reading fiction. But I just don't think at this point in my life, and maybe someday I'll start picking up a good old fiction novel again. I don't know. But really, you guys brought up a lot of great comments, of great points. So if you're interested, go back through that video and look at some of those. Then when it comes to Justin, good old Justin Case, our friend who makes us hold on to things just in case we need them. A lot of you guys had good comments about that as well, saying how we don't need to let him in our lives, but we keep doing it. We keep letting him in our house. Laura M says, I am guilty of keeping clothes for the person I imagine I could be. Apparently, I could be a lounge singer, a golfer with a mid-morning tea time, the mother of the bride, 30 pounds heavier, 15 pounds lighter, or a sports booster mom in color-coordinated gear. See, there's so many possible futures, and we're always kind of holding on to these different ones. I know for me, I feel like the one I tend towards is like outdoorsman, like always camping and all these things, because that is what I would like to do more, but I just don't. So why am I holding on to all this stuff for it? Kind of silly. Forgiven Love 09 says, just because I like it doesn't mean I need to store it. Boom! Boom! I love that. It's just like so simple, but just straightforward and true. In other news, I recently opened up my email to find what? Francis Wise is a new patron to our channel, so thank you so much, Francis. It still blows me away every time one of you goes out and takes your own hard-earned money to help support me and the message of this channel, and just thank you so much. It's so encouraging, it's so helpful. But you know what you're doing to me, Francis. Every time I get a new patron, I have to give something away. Last time I gave up my last fiction novel. What am I going to do this time? What is left? Actually, this was a really easy one. The minute I found out I had a new patron, I almost immediately knew what I was going to let go. Francis, I present you with The Sign. Can you see it in there? It says, if your parents don't send you, they don't love you. Summer Theater 2008. I love this thing, man. I've brought this up before as something that I probably should get rid of, but I wasn't ready to let go of at the time. Well, the time is now. I haven't really talked a lot about it, but what summer theater is, really it used to be a very, very big part of my life. I grew up, it's a summer day camp that's pretty long, almost a couple months, where we would daily meet and play theater games and create plays, and we'd have big performances at the end, and it was, oh my gosh, it made such lasting friendships in my life, great memories, all that good stuff, and it actually spurred me on to go get a degree in theater. That's how much it inspired me and changed my life, really. And then after I graduated high school, I went on to become a director of this day camp, so every summer I would write plays, and we would, oh my gosh, it was It was my life. And this was given to me one of the last years that I directed, so 2008, by some of the seniors. And you know, it's one of those really emotional things when we're at the cast party after, and the seniors, everyone's crying because the seniors aren't going to be able to come back. And so this has always been, you know, a great memento that was given to me. The thing of it is, I forget about it. Like, I put it into storage and it's there collecting dust. And it's not like I miss it or anything. I forget it exists until I'm going through stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, it's so great, memories and things. But it's not like I need this to remember how much I loved everyone or loved doing summer theater. And the other thing of it is, while I do have some heartfelt great memories when I look at this, I also did not end my job there on a good note. So seeing this is very bittersweet. So while it does conjure up great memories for me, it also conjures up not great feelings as well because of how things ended. And really, either way, I want to live my life focused on the future, right? And the present especially, not on the past. The past is in the past. And what am I supposed to do with it? Just keep putting it into storage so it's collecting dust? There's not really anywhere for it to go to put up in my house or anything. And one thing I've always thought, and one dream I've kind of always had on the back burner of my mind, is I'd love to someday start a children's theater of my own. So I always thought maybe this is something I could put up in my children's theater that I have someday. But let's be honest, I have no idea if that's something that will ever come to fruition, right? Will God call me to capitalize on that dream someday? Maybe. Maybe not. And so I don't want to just hold on to this just for that one thing that may never come to be. And if it does come to be, kids will not have any less of a good experience if this isn't hanging up there. So I think it's time. I don't know. I just felt it. The minute I found out I had a patron, I knew it's time. I'm ready to let this go. And I think that's just such a big part of minimalism. And I talk about this all the time, but it's just so true. Minimalism isn't about, I'm a minimalist now, I get rid of everything at once, necessarily. It can be. But for most of us, it's not, right? Most of us, it's a journey. And it's okay to look at something and say, I don't need that. I'm going to get rid of that, but not today, right? Not today. I'm not quite ready today. So today I'm ready. So Francis, thank you for the nudge. Thank you for the push. Thank you for the support. Thank you to all my patrons, all my subscribers, all my viewers. Thanks to all y'all. This has been your Cup of Joe.
Hey, what do you know? It's a free cup of Joe. Sitting on the counter, it's about to snow. It's not just coffee, it's a cup of Joe. Gotta give me that free cup of Joe. Hey, hey, free cup of Joe. Gotta give me that free cup of Joe. Hey, hey, free cup of Joe. Gotta give me that free cup of Joe. Hey, hey.
Love you, bye.